punish him. Now you have Wyatt Earp. Look at the mustache.
Okay.
Broken bat, looper into right field, and it drops for base hit. I don't know if Sanchez was trying to deke as if he was going to catch the ball. Take a look at the defense.
Yeah, that is.
He was a catcher.
You know, when you watch Bellinger's home run last night, I mean, he got to the wall. He just missed it. That ball had to actually hit the top of the wall.
Tap to the mound. Cease. Nice play there by Jimenez, but then loses the handle when he's transferring to the bare hand. Judd started that 2-out, nobody on rally in the 7th inning. Foul pole. 0-2. Cease is 30 years old, 8th big league season, signed a 1-2. If you look at his career, the interesting trend is, so he's due for a good season. And he gets that pitch, 100-mile-an-hour fastball past Judge, 2 away.
Reason rides, that's that movement up in the strike zone. And that's a different level when you look at the underneath the hood.
Some people take pride in hitters striking out. I never liked it.
Bellinger certainly channeling Dorothy Gale. Taken all the way. 3-1 on Bellinger. Runner at first base, 2 men out. Fouled away, 3-2. So Rice will go 3-2, 2 outs.
More time.
Runner goes. And there's ball 4. Blocked by Heineman. And Valenzuela was at 33% before the Yankees took 5 on him. 1-1 on Jazz Chisholm. You know, players actually convince.
This game will make you do some crazy things.
I got 1,000 different thoughts in my head right now, and I'm.
The 2-2. That was close.
Yeah, and
runners will go 3-2, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Jazz Chisholm, and that'll do it.
He said, I'm going to compete every pitch. I'm going to exhaust myself. I'm going to pitch with conviction and aggressiveness, get after the strike zone, and help back now instead of having him make another minor league start. He's checked pretty much every box. He told me it feels great coming out of his hand.
0 for his last 23. Didn't go. Start, he actually hit 100 on a fastball. Jimenez on the broken back ground ball. Gets McMahon. Anthony Volpe. Soft ground ball to Jimenez. 2 down.
You know, hit him early, a pitch I can hit, or try to wait him late and take the chance of striking out.
Spencer Jones swings. Let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by BetMGM. All of his other bats were on the road. Sky the other way and out of play.
Just dying to see him get a hold of one and see.
Stantner up there.
Swing and a miss. As Jones down on strikes. Leading off the bottom of the 3rd against Dylan Cease. Wells on the road trip was 2 for 20. What do you see him, Paul? Because the guy hit 21 home runs.
Where, you know, you saw him behind on the fastball, ahead of the changeup. right there, not able to really, command the strike zone. You go out on the on-deck circle, you got it. You got yourself together. You're confident, and I'm telling you, you start walking to the plate, and it's all gone. It's strike one, strike.
It's 0.3, and it's 30th for catchers. And he swings and misses on the change.
One thing, Cease has made a big adjustment I mentioned earlier in the target right in the middle of his delivery.
Almost like looking in the upper deck real quick.
Yeah,
huh?
Fernando Valenzuela-like almost. But what that does is it slow himself down and gather.
And Grisham is punched out.
Greg Maddux was that. The synchronicity of the lower and the upper half are all together that way.
Now, he said, David, when I was keeping my head on the...
It's funny. You play this game your whole life, and even at a veteran level, as good as he is, you're always fine for something to get a little bit better.
Control.
One and two on Rice.
Over the screen, over the adult's head, right into the young kid's glove.
Two. 3-2. Shout out to yoga spirituality.
Yo.
3-2. Swing and a miss. And down. Postcard.
That's what John Starling used to call a wonderful tableau.
1-1 on Judge, who struck out in the first inning. So 1-2. Second day.
I was reading an article today that
The 2-2. And that's where John got to know Joe Torre.
Oh, okay.
That's where
Playoffs in the World Series, and it's like, what do you? Hopefully pitching tonight. What are you doing? But a close friend of Joe Torre.
strike three, and Judge challenges, and he's taking his guard off. He's walking to first base. He doesn't think that was a strike. And he's right. He hardly ever challenges.
Yeah, I mean, he got to the first base. He said, "That's
Got to reverse the ripper back there, right? He gave him the ripper.
did." In the back of my mind, I'm saying, I just got embarrassed by the pitcher. Now I'm getting embarrassed by the umpire.
Left field off the bat of Bellinger, coming on Piniago. One down. Changeup way out in front. Ooh. One and one. Foul ball as Jazz went down. Skips out of the way. David, this is pretty impressive. Cease's average. Judge leads off first. Line foul. And Jazz Chisholm works a walk.
Your zone.
Mm-hmm.
High fly ball, left field and deep. Piniago back, trap, wall, see ya! A tie game, a 3-run home run for McMahon. Breaks an 0 for 24 slump and evens it up at 3.
Well, all of a sudden the Yankees boom. We got to.
It's all tied at 3. Here's Volpe. 1-0.
And just it compounds things.
Well, that's one thing about the Yankees, even though they've been.
You're going to need a home run to really get back in this thing. If you think you're going to string 6, 8 hits in a row, it's going to be very tough. And now people relax a little bit. You're seeing better swings. Bentley Volpe's been really good since coming back.
He leads off first. Did he go? Yes, he did. 0-1.
Yeah, that's.
0-2.
Only if they keep swinging on it.
Got him with the change. Fastball upstairs, and then 7 strikeouts. Volpe goes, throw to second. Got him. Now Volpe looks back towards the.
We need to have a talk here.
I would agree. Here's Austin Wells. What did you say?
My gratitude was that I was at the ballpark and I wasn't sitting on the Deegan anymore.
Get to work with you every day. That's what I said in the circle. A little too laid it on too thick down here.
No,
Wow.
You know what? I got emotional when you said it, and I'm getting emotional again.
I love that. Hey, so he feels extremely comfortable. He's also been enjoying trying different foods in the clubhouse. So far, he likes quesadillas and sandwiches. That's
Barbecue
a good way.
fillet tips.
Good way to weigh somebody down pregame. Pastrami sandwich, Michael.
Oh.
That is not my
First cut, Ruben.
swing and a miss. And it didn't lie heavy on you during the game?
That was the opposite.
Yeah.
Wasted energy for me. It's like, I gotta go find my lucky socks. I gotta have the energy for that.
Now, getting to know you as I've gotten to know you, I would think that.
Back when we had hands on the clock. That shows you how long ago it was. But Bugsy about lost his mind.
So we see Tim Hill warming. All right, David, was that the face I'm done, or you think he's still in?
And you saw Aaron Boone talking with him between innings. So I think you're right, Coney. It's just the heat and how long the inning.
That's a good at bat for Grisham as he works a walk on base for the second time.
And what happens if he gets in trouble? Now you got a reliever in a jam.
That's 0.
The 2-0. High fly ball, right field. Sanchez back on the track at the wall. See ya. A home run from Ben Rice. A 2-run shot. And the Yankees lead 5-3.
Well, Ben Rice, as we said, it's not just the Aaron Judge show anymore. His 16th of the year. Some kind of year he is having. Looks like the injury's over and he's back on track.
Also, he now leads the Yankees with 33 runs batted and passing Bellinger.
Milwaukee, but ever since then, looks like his swing's back on track.
One and two. Still 1-2.
Cover the ball away. He's able to get to the ball inside, so you better make good pitches because he can cover both sides of the.
To that pitch. Especially this guy, power guy coming up and in on you. Watch this, coming in your living room. That Ben Rice has made significant improvement on since he first showed up.
Yeah, it looked like this year from last year, he really spread his legs a little.
And the 3-2. Strike 3. Judge not challenging that one, but he's
It's a label a little bit. It's 96 miles an hour exit velocity. But he didn't crush it. He just got to it and got leverage on.
Talking about how can we fix things and they talk about the catching situation. They got Ben Rice. I don't think you want to lose his offense by sticking him.
5 times he's had it overturned. I think he challenges that when it gets overturned.
You got to do it right now.
3-2. Ground ball, backhanded by Vlad, flips to Cease, who just beats Bellinger.